A little bit of pre-chat. We got Darcy on the sofa. Today's guest is the wonderful Natalie Bevins. Now, she's got her own little chat called Nat B Chat, which is giving some wonderful advice on Instagram, so you can find it. All the links will be below. She's a great friend of mine, and I've known her for absolutely more years than dinosaurs have not been here. Anyway, let's get on with the podcast. Back to me. Dan? Thanks, Dan. Passing back to me. Very nice. Hello, everyone. I'm Daniel Johnson, and this is, altogether, Best Thing. Hello and welcome. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome as well. This is Best Thing, where we talk about some of the best things in people's lives. From food, travel, TV and film, music, something random, and yourself. You've got to say something nice about yourself. Today's guest is the wonderful Natalie Bevins. Now, she's been a friend of mine for absolutely years. We met at a theatre company called Star Maker in Reading, and she's got her own Instagram where she talks and helps people through stuff called Nat B's Chat. We've got Adam Harris with his Fat Chicken, and we've also got Betty Beats, the best in brand new music. We've got Tom and Revan doing their film reviews, all wrapped together in this lovely little podcast called Best Thing. Starting now. Next up, Adam Harris's Fat Chicken, and then interview with Natalie Bevins.
Hey, Fat Chicken, cluck, cluck. There's only one type of grass, I think, isn't there? No, apparently there's not. There's more than one type of grass. I'm going to find out how many types of grass, let's say species of grass, there are, and I'll come back to you at the end of the episode and let you know. Cluck, cluck.
If you're looking for something completely different for a friend's birthday, anniversary, or you just want to wish them good luck in their new job, but I can't do a video, that'd be rubbish, who could I get? Well, you could get loads of people at Memo. Get a personal video message from your favourite celebrity. But who? Well, let me tell you. What about Charlotte Crosby from Geordie Shore? Or Sandra? Or Sandy from Gogglebox? Gabby Allen, Amy Childs, and if they like sport, you can get Matt Letizia, Glenn Hoddle, John Barnes, Paul Ince, and Razor Ruddock. You can even get Carol Baskin. Who's that? She's on Tiger King, of course. Oh, yes. All you have to do is write a message, and you get your video within 7 days. A perfect gift, and the best thing you could do for a friend today. It's that easy. Just go to memo.me. That's memo.me. Why not get a fun celebrity message today? That's the sipping of Natalie drinking a cup of tea.
I'm sorry, was that not allowed?
No, of course you're allowed to sip. People like to
I'm
hear
a
people
slurper too, which is really off-putting.
Eating and drinking is what people love to hear on a podcast.
Right down the rear rolls. I'm so sorry. I'm going to slurp it to one side.
Do you want to do it? You've got a Best Thing cup in your hand as well.
I know.
With sort of merch.
You're so on brand.
I am so... And we've got a light that's in front of me right now, which is quite nice.
Yeah. I feel like I actually do feel like I'm in a proper professional studio.
Wait a minute. Don't say we're not.
Yeah, sorry. I am in the Best Thing professional studio.
We're just sat in my toilet. It's got some really nice acoustic sounds.
So echoey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Actually, it's worse if I do it in the living room, because the ceilings, even though the ceilings are high here, it's kind of a little bit. Anyway, Natalie Bevins.
Yes, Daniel Johnson.
Nat B Chat. You know.
Oh God, I've just realised my Muttley laugh is going to come out really bad.
Well, I'm going to clip that out, and then we'll make sure.
Okay, can you?
No, I'm gonna make it into its own segment every single time you do it.
Brilliant. Lovely. Thank you.
Quick one on this. Obviously, Nat B Chat is doing all right on Instagram, but
That's all right, yeah.
Why not Nat Chat?
Because it was taken.
Are they using it? Because I hate when people take
No,
stuff.
I know. It was taken. Nat Chat. Because that's what we came up with first,
Yeah,
right?
Nat Chat. Yeah.
Which made way more sense and rolled off the tongue really nicely, and then some other bloody idiot had it. So I couldn't have it.
You can swear, but bloody idiot is fine.
Yeah, no. Just to see how you saw how my mind I was thinking about that before I said it. You could tell in my eyes. Yeah, it was taken.
First thing you said, you were like, I've done no preparation. I'm like, great.
When in my life do I have time to prepare for anything.
You don't. You've got like 2 children. Full-time job. And everything's all going on. How's your tea? We can hear it.
Sorry. Is this for real? Are we recording now? Is this actual real?
I like when people say that because when people listen to it, like, oh, he didn't cut that out, did he?
No,
I didn't cut it out.
Lovely, thank you. So you're just, that was a trick because you didn't even say right.
Yeah, because then we just start talking. This is Best Thing. We're talking with Natalie Bevins, a very good old friend of mine. She's not old.
Yeah,
she's just older than when I knew you.
Still not as good, but I'm younger than you. So we'll stick with that, shall we?
Okay. Let's find out what Natalie's best things are after this. Food.
See, Muttley laugh every time.
Nat, you're good at cooking.
Well, I like to think I am.
You are good at cooking.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I'm not. The reason why I question it is because I don't follow recipes. I don't weigh things. I just feel it as I cook it. Like if it looks good and I just keep tasting it, then I wing it. I wing my cooking, but I enjoy cooking, and I think that's a massive part in contributing towards if you're a good cook or not. If you enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's really important. If you'd like to hire Natalie for a new cookbook, Nat B's cookbook chat, can we have a longer name?
Yeah, Nat B's.
Don't say it.
Okay.
People steal it.
This is true. Okay.
They'll take it.
Yeah.
Me, I'm going to do it, and then I'll make you buy it.
You're always
off
thinking of the business angle. I love that about you.
Of course, I make no money, but it's great.
No. The ideas are there, though.
Yeah, when you were younger, I like going all the way back. What was on the dinner table? What was being cooked? What were you eating?
Well, so my mum was a good cook, Leslie. She was a very good cook, and she was an experimental cook, but in a good way. So, she and I share that. Like, we're very, we get bored with eating the same food all the time. So, some people are like, on a Tuesday, I have a bolognese, and, Thursday, we have a stir fry.
How very day, that's what I do.
No, but
I'm joking, I don't do
No,
that.
but I can't live like that. I just can't. I could not plan out my meals that I'm eating the same. So because I enjoy experimenting, I enjoy tasting in different things. And also, I get bored easy. So mum was the same. So when I was a kid, we used to have, she'd come up with make a pasta bake, but I remember the first time she put crisps on top. Did your mum put crisps on top of a pasta bake?
No, she cut up hot dogs into a jacket potato.
Oh, but don't diss your mother.
I'm not. That was one of my favourite things. Have you ever done it? Have you done a jacket potato and you scoop out all the middle and then you put cheese and hot dogs and stuff and then you put it back in, cheese on top, back in the oven,
yes,
loaded
I do
potato
that
skins.
with pancetta, not hot dogs. Bit pancetta.
That wasn't around when I was in the
bacon.
Early 80s.
Saying that though, my kids would love that with hot dogs. Never thought of putting hot dogs in it before.
Just chopped up hot dogs.
Yeah, they'd love that.
Yeah.
But no, I remember her putting crisps on top.
What flavour?
Yeah, can't remember. But sorry, the Northerners.
Oh, you're a chameleon of accents, aren't you, as well?
Another thing.
Things are flashing up on my screen, so don't worry, it's fine.
It's very technical. So so I remember her doing that, and that was quite fun. So she tried new stuff like that, but she was a very good cook, and her roast dinners were just amazing.
What was her thing when it comes to what was the thing that was great
about her roast dinner?
Yeah,
literally everything.
No, I want a specific thing.
Okay, so
come on.
The gravy.
Oh really?
It didn't. It wouldn't just be Bisto gravy. I don't know what she did, but the gravy was amazing.
Just she was Bisto.
Yeah, but she was very good at cooking things properly. So vegetables were never soggy; they were just properly al dente, and her roast potatoes were really crispy. God, it's making me want to eat roast dinner talking about this.
I'm just making your burgers. I'm sorry.
No, I'm excited about that.
I didn't even make the burgers. They're actually just
no. I'm well excited about that. But now it's quite funny because she would always cook a roast at a weekend. And now that I've got kids, I love doing a roast, but also I moan at her all the time. Mum, why don't you invite us around for a roast dinner?
Because she did them for years. Why would she have to do it now?
Yeah, I know. And I think she just loves going out to eat now. The honest answer, she can't be asked. She's going to listen to this. She's going to be fuming because she's been saying, we know when we come out of lockdown, I'm going to have everyone over at mine every Sunday. I'm going to cook a roast. I'm like, It's not going to happen. She'll
We're
say,
putting
"Let's
pressure
go out."
onto you, Leslie, now to
This
do
isn't-
that.
Yeah, this is. I was speaking to her on the phone.
It's
about
a
this
call
the
for
other day.
help.
It's cook a bloody roast, Mum, for God's sake.
I mean, is there any food you don't like? What anything you don't
Okay,
eat?
so I used to be a fussy eater as a kid, and I think that's just because I didn't was
Until what age? Because I met you, when you were like 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was still a fussy eater until I went to uni, until I started cooking for myself and understanding food more.
Right.
Because I think it was just because Mum never let me go in the kitchen. She was such
A lovely person, and she wanted to do everything for you.
I'm forgetting this is not just you and me chatting.
I'm not your therapist. I'm just
No,
gonna
we
let
normally
you know.
just chat and slag people off. I'm like, are people actually going to hear this? I've got a very lovely mum.
You do.
And I love my mum. But
do.
she was very controlling in the kitchen.
Right.
It was her domain. She didn't like us getting involved. So I had a lack of understanding of food. And so I think I was allowed to be fussy because I didn't get it. And I was like, I don't like the taste of that. And don't want to eat that. But when I started cooking for myself, I realised actually I will eat anything apart from offal.
Yeah.
Anything offally.
Yeah.
Liver.
Apart from pate.
No, I'm not a big fan of pate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally people are okay with
No,
pate, but they
I'm
don't
not a
with
big
other
fan
stuff.
of pate. So that's the only thing I won't eat.
I'll put
offal.
away the pate then.
Yeah.
Just,
Don't like pate.
So not that I want to talk about people's kids, but you got 2 kids. And your oldest, she's kind of getting into the cooking stuff
Yeah.
as well.
So
She makes a good cup of tea.
She makes which is something I've just taught her recently. She's 7 years old, and yes, I know people are like freaking out because they like boiling water, but she's
I'm going to do a you.
she's a very satisfying. Even listening to it is satisfying. Don't deny it.
It's actually gin, not a tea. Anyway,
If only it was.
Yes.
That's later.
later.
So she is a very responsible 7-year-old girl, and she's very meticulous as well. So we've learned a way to put a tea towel around the kettle when she's pouring water in, and then I've taught her to fill
Dressing it up.
make it look fancy.
It's going out.
Well, fancy. And then she fills up the mug like halfway. And she's nailed it because I've taught her about brewing a proper, because I'm a very fussy tea drinker, brewing the tea.
I would give my tea maybe a 4. When I
Yeah,
had it wasn't great, was it?
Mate,
That wasn't great tea.
your pants, I'm not going to lie, you're a very good cook.
That was
your
terrible.
Pants are
I
making
tasted
tea.
that tea.
No, in
and I was
general,
like, oh.
you know why?
Why?
I don't think you got patience for tea because you have to give tea time to brew.
I should have done it in the I've got like what is it called?
Teapot.
There you go. Well, I couldn't think of the word.
Teapot.
I was gonna have to ask Fat Chicken then, but it's fine. I don't need to.
Teapot.
Yeah,
Your pants are making tea, but I think you haven't got the patience for it because
No.
you have to let the
I don't
tea
normally
bag
make
brew.
tea. I make I nearly said what I normally call it. I won't call it that. But I make like a fruit tea.
Yeah, you're right. You're not like tea is my comfort.
I should have
thing.
put like filtered water in it. Anyway, we'll get off
sorry.
topic. It's
Go
fine.
on.
Nats, when it comes to food, what would you say is the best thing about food? Is it a dish? Is it like just eating it? What is it for you?
Oh God, there's so many things. So the thing is with me, I love eating, I love the experience food gives you, right? And that could be anything from cooking with somebody. Like I love now cooking with my boyfriend. Like we both enjoy cooking and I love cooking with him and having that experience with him. So that I love that about cooking. I love feeding my kids a decent, substantial, not necessarily super healthy, but nice balanced meal. That makes me feel good.
Substantial.
I know, but it makes sorry, darling. But it makes me feel good knowing that I'm nourishing them, and that's the feeling that element of food gives me. And I love just tasting good food. I'm a massive foodie. I've never dieted in my life. I couldn't possibly because I just love food, but I'm all about moderation, right? So yes, I have proper butter and, sugar, but I don't have loads of it in my diet. And I always cook from scratch. So I'm very conscious about what I'm putting in my body, but I don't deny myself anything. But I love food and I love the experience it gives you. But in the same respects, like I love pie mash. Like my mum's a southeast, Londoner, and pie mash, I was brought up on pie mash as a kid. And I love a plate of pie mash. Proper pie mash from like London with like liquor.
I think there should be a shop just called Prime Ash. Because it's pretty much the same. I mean, I think that food is super important, and one of the things you've always done is like a good spread, or you've done things differently. Actually, I think you made me just a wrap, and you just put like a fish fingers in it, and I went home and just made it myself. And then the next 3 weeks, it was so nice.
Yeah. Or like I do this Mexican like breakfast burrito-y thing now, which is quite fun. Which is like scrambled eggs.
I'm writing this down for the cookbook.
Tomatoes with like paprika, and then you kind of put cheese, and then you wrap it in a wrap, like fold it up like a parcel, and then fry it in a pan, like dry pan.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's banging.
I think we're going over time, but actually, I did the weird thing. I saw on Facebook. You know, when you get stuck in those sort of Facebook. We're at the front of my house, so we're going to hear cars go past. But when you crack an egg. So when I'm watching Facebook, there's all these videos come up, and then I'm stuck on it for the next 4 hours. Yeah. And you take out the yolk, and you just have the white, and you whisk it up, and then you put it in the pan, and then you make it go all the way around like a pancake, and then you put the yolk in the middle, and then fold it over, and it's like this weird parcel, and then flip it over, and it's like a weird way of doing a fried poached egg.
Oh wow,
it's really good.
And that looks fancy.
Very fancy. Natalie, I'm going to say the best thing about food is that you love food. No, and also you like, you're feeding your kids well.
Yeah, I'm
and
a feeder.
But in a good way.
I'm like, I should be like an Italian mother. I love having people over and cooking for them.
I know, it's been sad that we haven't been able to do it for like a year.
I know.
It's changing though.
I know. I don't understand how many people I'm going to be inviting over to my house.
It's going to be mental.
I'm going to be absolute skint by the end of the summer.
Lockdown 4 because of Natalie.
Super spreader.
Next up, we're going to be talking TV and film. Okay, so we'll be right back with Natalie Bevins' pick of her best things to do with TV and film. But before we do that, we got the boys at Film Bag. So over to you guys, and we'll see you on the other side.
Hey everyone, it's Tom, back with another film bag, but not as you typically know it, because this time we're doing the TV show Fleabag, created, written by, and starring Phoebe Waller-Bridge. The series follows the titular character Fleabag as she navigates a variety of strange scenarios that often turn rowdy, raunchy, or ridiculous, with an underlying narrative about grief and guilt. Here's a quick clip.
You know when you've done everything? Squat! And you've even...
Do you want to have sex?
No. And you feel great. And even though your sister still hates you... Thank you. You're pretending to be friends because your dad is... I'm joking, he's just there. Here's to love. Hey!
Right off the bat, I just want to say this show is absolutely, definitely not for children, so if you're a kid listening to this, just skip ahead to a more age-appropriate part of the show. Are the kids gone? Are we good? Oh, thank God. Fleabag is an absolute joy to watch, managing to balance some truly excellent humour with incredible character drama. This show demonstrates just how talented Phoebe Waller-Bridge is, with the writing always being on point and her performance bringing the wits and the earnestness to match. One of the standout moments for me was an encounter between Fleabag and her boyfriend in the shower. It sounds cryptic when I put it like that, but I promise that it's one of the funniest moments from the entire show. Speaking of other characters, Fleabag's supporting cast is nothing to sneeze at either. Olivia Colman, known best for The Crown, Peep Show and The Favourite, among many other things, is fantastic here, being perfectly cast as Fleabag's controlling and very fake soon-to-be mother-in-law. Her character's arc in the first season culminates in a sex-hibition, which is something you'll definitely want to stick around for. Fleabag's uptight sister Claire, played by Sian Clifford, is another highlight. Often acting as a foil to Fleabag's zanier personality, though, it's a delight when you do occasionally get to see the two on the same page. Fleabag is just a ton of fun from start to finish, and I highly suggest that you give it a go. It's short and sweet too, only having 12 episodes in total, so you'll be able to breeze through it all in no time. Fleabag's 2-season run is all available on BBC iPlayer as well as on Amazon Prime Video. We'll catch you next time for another dive into the film bag.
Natalie, TV and film.
Yep.
I've moved my microphone over here and I don't want to move it too much because I really hate when I watch things and people are just touching their microphone all the time and all you hear is like just banging and it's just like shut up. But that's my thing.
You're such an industry person.
Oh, I just hate when people bang. I've actually
hate when they touch the microphone.
Well, I've just noticed when I put my tea on the table, it always makes a bang. So I just noticed that the sofa's fine to put the tea on. I mean, you've finished. I should have just got you a gin tonight.
Yeah, well, that's next, right?
I'll get you a gin in the next bit.
Right.
Okay, cool. TV and film, what have you been watching?
Oh my God. So what I'm going to see now is not going to put me in the best light because I'm really loving some shit trash TV at the minute and I bloody love it.
What is it?
Okay. Married at First Sight.
Okay,
Australia.
we're getting into it.
Oh,
I didn't realise you're watching this.
didn't think I would be this into it because normally my mum, my mum loves all this kind of TV. I'm really putting my mum in the worst light during this thing.
Leslie Bevins.
She loves all this reality shit TV, and normally when she comes over to see me and the kids, and like she'll stay and put the kids to bed, and we'll sit down to have a cup of tea and watch a bit of telly. And she will want to watch her TV, and I have to sit there and go, what are we watching? Desperate Housewives? Oh, yeah, great, or whatever. And I'm like half looking at my phone.
Standard. That's how everyone watches TV.
Right.
Now. Yeah.
And then my mum's talking to me about, oh my God, can't believe she just did that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, not, bothered. But Married at First Sight Australia is bloody brilliant. And I'm
Season 6.
Yeah, but I'm early on. Right, I've only just started watching it.
I'm gonna be careful.
Yeah, so you tell me anything, I'm gonna be well upset. So I say we're. Mike and I are watching it. He hate me for admitting that he's into it as well. He loves it.
Cam and Jules break up.
Are you joking me? I am going to pretend that you're lying. Don't look at me and tell me if that's true or not, because I am pissed off, Daniel. Don't tell me that, because I'm literally at episode 9. I'm so early in. I'm so upset you just revealed that to me.
No, she's actually pregnant. Anyway, so...
You're lucky you put that in there, because now I don't know. I'm double guessing. I'm well into it. I'm obsessed with it.
Cam's actually gay.
No, I know you're fucking lying.
Who don't you like on that programme, by the way?
Oh, that awful woman.
Which one?
Ines.
That's where you are.
Oh, she is a vile human being.
See, I feel that...
Vile.
I feel that she's getting a rough time on that show.
I'm not going to lie. Like
the editing on that show against her is horrendous. Actually, against women is pretty bad.
Yeah, you're right. Because, I can agree with that one. And I can understand she's probably had a very tough ride in her life. When she was talking about her childhood and what she's been through, which sounds horrific. And I can understand the impact that has had on her as an adult. However, and this is how I feel about people, right? I am an empathetic person.
Unless they buy the same jacket as you had.
I'm empathetic to them. I will just go and buy a different jacket.
I know, I was in Zara with you.
I know. That was such an upsetting time. Leanne, I love you, but don't do that again. I've told you that already, so it's fine.
You made it onto the podcast, Leanne. Well done.
Yeah. So my kind of philosophy is I can understand people are a certain way because they've had a certain whatever background, whatever. However, it's how you choose to then act or respond as an adult.
She's just the villain of the show, though, isn't she?
Just...
But doesn't that get you work in the end? She maybe like.
I mean, it makes great TV.
How many people have you forgot about that are actually in that show because her storyline is so intense?
Yeah, but I think people are also so shocked at how ruthless she is, and
she told him to take the eyebrow ring out the second she saw him.
Yeah, I know, and the fact that it's like at the minute she's showing that she just doesn't care.
I'm telling you what, there are worse people to come. It gets worse.
It gets worse. So I'm loving this.
Married at First Sight.
Yeah, major into it. With film, I love such an eclectic mix of genres of movies, and I don't know if that's because I studied media at university. But I love. The only thing I don't love is horror. You know me, I'm a massive scaredy cat. Yeah, I'm a massive wimp. Don't like horrors. I don't understand why people like to scare themselves for fun.
You get on rides, though.
Yeah, but that's different. That's like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, but it's the same thing as watching horror films.
Disagree.
Okay.
Just puts bad, scary
Which
images
is so
in my
funny,
head.
because guess what? Your kids are exactly the same. Aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They're massive scaredy cats when it comes to... Yeah, because some Disney movies they struggle with, don't they?
Yeah.
But I was the same as a kid. I'm not going to lie.
Lily probably... That's just called your kid name. But a little bit more sensitive with that.
Yeah, and Lily and Aiden. Aiden's a bit more up for it.
Yeah,
I think he thinks he's up for it, and then he watches it, and he's like, "Yeah, I wish I didn't see that."
Also 4, so
and he's also only 4. Yeah. Lily is a proper scaredy cat.
You're like Nightmare on Elm Street, not for you, Aiden. No, don't watch that one.
Well, now he's into all the Marvel stuff, isn't he? Oh. So he wanted to watch Black Panther the other day, and I'm like, "What rating is it? It's a 12."
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, if you're gonna go any of those sort of things, watch it first. And then just kind of decide which
but
you like.
My memory's crap, so I have watched it before and I can't remember. And I was...
There's nothing in there that's too intense.
Yeah, so I couldn't. So then he was well upset. 'Cause I'm like, it's a 12.
Yeah, it's more fighting stuff. But there's some cartoon stuff coming out, and there's some good bits and bobs there.
So because he's into all that stuff. So I love a Marvel movie, to be fair. And I went to see what's the Avengers one?
Oh my god!
You know, like the big.
I'm going to cancel this interview now. Sorry.
You know I'm rubbish with
for the
names.
listeners, what she is talking about, we don't need fact checking. She's talking about Infinity War and Endgame.
That's the one. So I remember seeing that in an Everyman movie theatre.
You
which
went
are
and
amazing.
just saw one of them. Which one did you see?
No, that one in the. But the thing is with me, I don't have to watch the whole collection to kind of get it. And so but what I loved about it is we went into this massive like movie theatre to watch it. God, I sound so American. Movie theatre? No, that's Australian.
You've been watching Married
I've
at
been
First
watching
Sight.
Married at First Sight for too long. And everyone was cheering at the end, and it was actually really funny. There was a lot of humour in that, which I quite liked. So I love that stuff. I love romantic comedies. I love Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings. I was massively into all that stuff. So like fantasy, escapism.
That's good,
stuff.
though.
I just love movies, and I love going to the cinema, and I miss it desperately.
We went. What did we see?
Oh yeah, we went to the Everyman, didn't
Yeah.
we? Oh, we shared chocolate buttons, and
What did we see?
what did we see?
I have no idea.
What did we watch?
If we remember, I'll put it in the notes below if anyone ever reads
To
them.
be honest with you, I think the reason why we were just hanging out, weren't we? Because we hadn't seen each other. It was our normal kind of
Yeah.
hangout, and we met. I remember you were poorly because you drank a lemon tea.
Oh, basic.
Yeah, so you go to the cinema. What do you want to drink? Lemon tea, lemon mint tea. Right, fucking rock and roll, brilliant, Dan. Nice one.
Okay, now before we berate me anymore, it's fine in this one. Well, you felt ill, so you had a lemon tea. Go on, get a gin. We're having a gin after this. I'm going to go and get one. What would you say is the best thing about TV and film for you?
Oh, escapism. 100%.
Oh, nice.
100% escapism. Love it.
In the sense, does it allow you just to kind of get away from everything that's going on in your life and stuff?
Yeah, but it's not even that. It's escaping into a world and just feeling like, if it's a really romantic movie, just being lost in the romance, or if it's an adventure, being lost in that adventure. It's not necessarily escaping the life I'm leading, but it's having the experience to escape into that little world for a little while. And
You're escaping in Married at First Sight, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, married once.
Oh, could you imagine having to just meet someone? I mean, honestly.
Do you know what? I'm not going to lie. I was saying this, Mike. I get it. Like, I understand if you're like early 30s
Desperate.
and you've had unsuccessful relationships.
Yeah.
I understand that if you've given an opportunity for all these experts, for all this time and effort matching you with somebody where you've got it wrong so many times before, why the hell wouldn't you? You could just get bloody divorced. I mean, I've done it. It's easy.
I think that's what happens at the end of the show anyway. Does anyone ever make it? I don't know. I'm not at the end of the show, so I have no idea.
Don't tell me. Do not tell me.
So for Natalie, I'm going to say the best thing, or what you just said, about TV and film is escapism.
Yes.
Like that.
Like it.
Next up, we're going to be talking music.
Yay.
I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, me too.
We'll be right back with Natalie Bevins to find out what her best thing is to do with music. But before we do that, we have Bethia Beats and her track of the pod. She'll be letting you know just who it's by and what the music is, and it'll be played right at the end of the podcast. So stay tuned all the way to the end. Over to you, Bethia.
I'm gonna need you to concentrate. Oh no, I only wanna know if there's money to make.
Hi everyone, it's Bethia from Bethia's Beats. My chosen artist for this week is the very, very talented Terrell Trey. He's a 22-year-old alternative R&B artist based in Clapham who originally grew up in Basingstoke. Growing up, he listened to a lot of different genres and artists that inspired his music today, from Stax Motown from his grandparents to R&B and soul from his mum. He's recently released his latest single, Get Like Me, written all about social climbers that aren't fazed by using others to get to where they want to be and not letting them take advantage of that. If you like the vibe of this song, here's a snippet of it playing in the background right now, but stick around to the end of the podcast where you can hear the full song, and you can also find all of Terrell's social media links and also where to find this amazing song. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time.
See my face on JD, trying to get just like me. And I'll write this on my own, write this on my own. No man can move move the same as you. There just can't be two. You're the only you. I see you shining, a path we're finding, energy on protect.
The jingle of the ice of the gin and tonics that I've just poured. It's this. It's got blackberry. It's blackberry gin.
I love it.
It's nice. I can hear it. Oh.
Listen to that. Doesn't that give you the little kind of? Doesn't it sound like summer?
It's like
Summer beer garden.
you're like doing Foley, which it actually is not actually glass. It's just bones.
Oh my God.
There's a Family Guy episode, and he's shaking the maracas, and he's like, "I wonder what's inside the maracas."
Look, I don't mean to upset you, but I don't find Family Guy that funny. I know you're gonna look at me like. I know. I'm just sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't speak about Friends, but you like Friends there.
Well, yeah, Friends was my whole life was based on Friends. Like my whole adulthood and from a kid to an adult, that transition, like Friends was life, wasn't it? Back then.
I mean, that was TV and film. We're now moved on to
Sorry.
music.
Music. Get focused, Natalie.
There you go. Well, there was music in Friends.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been this way. How many claps?
That many.
Count them at home.
Yeah.
You can tell she's had 2 sips of her gin
Oh,
and tonic.
whatevs. Woohoo! Party time.
I met you at a theatre company in Reading called Star Maker.
Amateur dramatics, darling.
Star Maker Dream. No harmony there.
I never knew the words maker.
We're happy now.
Oh, that was it.
Well, so sad
We're
singing it
happy
though. So
now.
happy
Yeah.
now.
I never knew the words that whole song. I used to just go, no, no.
I knew some of the dance bits, but I had no idea. It's like when you see the footballers doing the national anthem. They're like,
Yeah.
God save our love, love, love.
You know this is a podcast and no one can see your face. Right, because that was way funnier when you look
Music.
music.
You are inspired mainly by music, aren't you?
I love music. In fact, it's now got to the point where I have music on at home all of the time. And even my daughter was like, Mummy, why do you always play music? And I just love it. It sets my theme for the day. As soon as I wake up and I have to get the kids up and get ready and jingle jangle, ready for school once again on the 8th of March. Happy days.
Well, this is definitely in the wrong time, but that's fine.
Don't know when you're going to release this, but right now they're not in school.
Yeah.
It's trying times. However, when you've got your routine, and the first thing I do, Spotify goes straight on. And at the moment, I'm working with a playlist called Motivation Monday. Oh, it's bloody brilliant.
That's already annoyed me.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
Yeah. Oh, but it's such.
Is it right?
Sometimes it's not great, but that one is awesome to get up in the morning and there's me clapping around and come on, kids, get deep brushed.
Tell me one song. By the way, Natalie doesn't know any songs.
No, I never
just
know
know
names.
music,
I
yeah.
don't know. And play a song and go, oh, I love this song.
Great. Well, who sings it?
I have
don't
no
know.
idea.
No idea.
And I'm really up to date with new music because I listen to Radio 1 in my car often.
Sorry, are you 14?
Oh,
Listen to Radio 1 for?
because I like it.
Really?
Actually, I listen to BBC Radio 2 when
Okay,
Lisa
that-
Tarbuck's on a Saturday
That's
afternoon.
different, but you're still not old enough for Radio 2.
Yeah, but I am.
You're
I love a
what
bit of
is that?
Lisa.
Lisa?
Bit of Lisa. Love her. I think she's bloody funny. I like her a lot. I want to be her when I'm older.
Who, artist-wise, has inspired you? Because people may not know this, but you can sing.
Oh, stop it. You do this all the time.
What?
People, when I introduce you to people that haven't met you before, like
Yeah.
new friends of mine or, a boyfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
You do this all. I never mentioned this. And then you always mention it. And then they come to me and like, oh, I didn't know you could sing. It's like, well, I can hold a note.
Babes, come on. Back in 2000, smashing it out.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time. Listen, I love to sing. I love to
Did you
sing.
start the bit on the Little Shop of Horrors?
Yeah.
Was that you?
Yeah.
That's the best bit to start, isn't it?
That one. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
Then you go.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh,
Obviously,
good times.
Were you a fan of musical theatre back in the day?
Yeah, I loved it. I remember, because I joined when I was 14, obviously that's when we met.
Yeah.
I remember feeling so regretful that I hadn't done it sooner.
Yeah.
And I felt like I'd missed out because a lot of the people that were there had been there for like donkey's years.
Like since they were 8.
Yeah. And then we were like newbies that came along.
Yeah, because
And
I wasn't there until 16.
No, I know. And I just felt, oh man, I wish I'd done this earlier. Because when, I don't know about you, but when I joined, it was like, finally, I feel like I'm doing something that just... And
Yeah, but now we have real jobs. So.
I have a real job. You
Someone's knocking on your door.
knock on people's door and give them massive wadges of cash.
I don't even do that now. Just
No, you do it remotely.
Zoom
Hello
in.
there. Someone's about to send you a check in the post. Congratulations.
Which is great for them because they only have to clear up like the background. They don't have to clear the rest of the
I
house
know.
up if we have to come in.
I know.
It's better.
I know. But
Yeah,
so
we'll
who
go back to it. Artists wise.
So I tell you who I love. Jessie Ware. And you introduced me to her. I mean, you introduced me to a lot of people that
And
I
you
like.
introduced me back. It's fine.
Yeah, the odd one or two I can get in there. Teskey Brothers.
Oh yes. So caught up on you.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that gig was awesome, wasn't it?
So good.
We've got to do that again.
Remember gigs?
I know. I think that's what we should do now. You know, like birthday presents.
Yeah,
and
we
stuff.
just get people
I
gigs.
think either bottle of gin
Yeah,
or a ticket to a gig.
both.
Or both. No,
Just a cheap gin.
Okay, bottle of gin for Christmas.
Yeah,
A
gig.
gig ticket for birthday.
birthday. I'm up for that.
I think that should be our thing.
Yeah, and it's a while away,
Yeah.
but maybe for your 40th, a cheeky,
Fucking far away. Awful.
a cheeky, a cheeky,
You're 40 before me, so.
like proper glamped up festival.
Yes.
Like, but
Yes.
not
No, I better start saving now.
no tent. No, I'll get it. No tent stuff. It's your 40th. You shouldn't
Okay.
spend any money.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, that'd be
Planning it.
amazing.
That's when probably festivals are coming back in like 2020.
Yeah, that's when we'll be able to go.
I'm going to go with that.
Well, pull back, Daniel Johnson. I love.
Oh, that's I didn't fart then. That was the noise. Oh,
You know what was funny?
So
Because
quickly.
you leant to the
Yeah,
side as well
yeah.
at the same time.
yeah.
I'm so glad because that would have been the first time you've done that in front of me, and that would have been.
It wasn't me. It was literally.
I mean, how many years
my
have we
back
gone?
was hurting a little bit, so I sort of moved because I'm that age now. Okay, Nat, what is the best thing when it comes to music for you? I even pointed at you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
How it makes you feel, how it can uplift you within seconds, especially if you listen to a good song. I mean, you know me. If I listen to a good song, I can just bust out dancing. It's great. I'm embarrassing my kids already, and they're not even in double figures.
Are they into music?
Yeah.
They've got that sort of bug.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, Lily's got her own playlist on her little Amazon
yeah,
Alexa
yeah.
thing in her bedroom.
You can say it because there's not one in here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I only have a record player in here.
Yeah, she just creeps up behind you, those Alexas, don't they?
No, not in here. This is like my sanctuary to not have
A person listening in on your every move.
Well, there's always someone listening. There's a computer there, and a printer is definitely
It's
like,
freaky,
well,
innit?
Dan's a twat. He's always coming in here, playing his jazz, thinks he's special.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. I know what's really in that record collection. The YMCA.
Let it shine.
I'm going to say for you, Nats, the best thing when it comes to music is it's uplifting.
Yes.
And it's feel good, and the way it makes you feel.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I
I'll
like
go with that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No one else has said that.
How? Really? Am I like the first of first?
No, I've lied the whole time.
Oh,
Everyone
damn
said
it.
you're so basic.
Okay.
So
Jesus Christ. We do, by the way, listeners, there's a lot of love between us.
it's called.
We're like siblings, which is why we can take the piss out of each other.
It's called
and not go-
bants, and it's
bants.
fine.
Yeah.
I know people hate the word bants. They really do.
Yeah, but if you say it like bants,
It's bants, isn't it?
bit bants,
Bit of bants.
then it's all right.
I'm gonna tell you,
Hmm.
only wonderful female on this series.
Shut up.
No other girls.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Brilliant.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that
In
makes
charge.
me feel good.
That's it. Because on the last series, it was my mum. So I mean, it's a good
Yeah, and
standard.
she was awesome. I mean, you know,
She was
I've
like
got
a
love for your
warm
mum.
hug. That's what people say. She was like
Your
a
mum
warm
is just
hug.
cool.
Yeah.
She's like the coolest mum you'll ever meet.
Well, she said for her random was motorbikes. We'll be finding out what Natalie Bevins' random for the best thing is after this. Something random. I've never done that before.
that
Just
was a
go,
real like. I can't tell if that was more piratey
Wah.
or like
That's
farmer.
See, I did that wrong. because I've told people off about this, right?
What?
Farmers go ooh-ah.
Oh, yeah, this...
Pirates.
How much have you had, love?
Oh my god. Pirates go ah. Yeah?
Hold on. Ooh-ar
Is farmer.
is farmer.
Yeah.
And
ar.
ar, because you have to go army
pirate.
arties.
Is the best thing for something random pirates?
No.
What is
Okay,
it?
are you ready?
No, I don't know what it is. I'm really scared.
Why
Is
don't be scared?
Is it me?
Oh, that would have been a good one. No, it's not.
Oh.
Bicycles.
I thought you were going to be like, bisexuals. Okay.
Which makes me sound way less cooler than your mum, which I am less cooler than your mum.
Yes, but most people are.
But let me explain this.
Okay,
right?
here we go. Do you have a bike?
Right, so I do have a bicycle, and it's a really old Dutch vintage number, which I've had for like nearly a decade. Or
So
actually
you look
a
like
decade.
you've sort of stolen the bike from Centre Parks. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
but
saying?
listen, so it was a funny story because I was with my ex-husband at the time, before we had children, and we had this tiny little Toyota Igo. And we lived in North London, and I really wanted a vintage bicycle. I was like, I want to, do the whole vintage bike thing with the basket at the front, the whole hoo-ha. You know what I'm like.
I know.
And I was like, found this guy that sells them. It's like in East London. Can we drive there and go pick up this bike? Anyway, he's selling these bikes at this peanut factory in East London. And Keith, you know what he's like? He was like fuming. So first of all, we're stuck on the North Circular in the middle of the summer in traffic. And I'm like, it's totally going to be worth it. And I get there, and this guy who's from like literally Amsterdam, importing these bikes, going, have a cycle around on the, I don't know
knew you
what
were going to
say. Did that go Brummy?
It went
Have a
Brummy and
cycle
also
around-
Indian.
Around on the bike, you need to feel the soul of the bike. Feel
Now
the
he's,
soul.
now he's Nigerian.
Don't, because I was going to do my Nigerian accent.
Don't do it. In this climate, don't do it.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I'll make you take the knee. For God's sake. Right, back to bicycles.
So I rode this bike around this little factory thing, and I loved it anyway. And he was fuming because we couldn't fit it in the back of the Igo. Surprise, surprise. And anyway, but I love this bike, but it's very heavy. And when I had the kids, I loved the fact that I went and bought a seat on the back and I could cycle them around. But this bike was so heavy that if I ever hit a hill, I had to get off and walk it. And so I said to
Pushing
my
up the hill.
daughter, yeah. So my son is very physically apt, as we know, and he taught himself how to ride a bike last summer with no stabilizers. He's only 4.
Yep.
And he smashed it. And then so my poor daughter, who's 7, was still on stabilizers, and we were like, come on, Lils, you really need to keep up here.
That
so
must be so horrible.
Yeah, but do you know what I used to say? Like when Aiden used to take the mickey out of her and go, I can use
I love Aiden. It's just, he's so sassy. It's just
Yeah.
like, guess what I can do?
But then I was like, yeah, but she can read, mate. So go figure.
And that's what he'll start talking about in therapy.
That's my mothering skills right there.
I love people's mothering skills. I
know.
love it because it is crazy. Anyway, back to bikes.
Yeah. So I said, part of motivation for her to kind of get off the stabilizers was, if you can learn to ride your bike with no stabilizers, mummy will buy a new bike, because I'd left mine in the garden to pretty much rust.
Yeah.
And then we go on bike rides. So she's now nailed it. So I now need to buy a bicycle. And the reason why I love it is, where I used to cycle here and there, like when I used to work in London, I'd cycle to the station, or if the kids are with their dad, if the kids are with their dad,
Keith.
I used to love going out on my bike, and it's that feeling like cycling. And I am not a lycra wearing funny caps proper cyclist, like that does it for like
My friend Dave. Yep.
I'm not a Dave, 100%. I am a sit upright on a lovely little vintage, like
Little flower in your hair.
basket on the front,
Yeah.
and the
A
bike.
baguette just at the front as well.
Yeah, and
Some
just
salami.
pedaling across and feeling the wind through my hair because I don't wear a helmet.
That always reminds me when people say it in Friends, which is like feeling the wind through your
my
arms.
No one's gonna find that as funny
They
as
are
we
gonna
did.
find
just
it funny.
right now.
It's Friends, man. If you're a
Okay.
certain kind of age, it's fine. Netflix spend 100 million a year on Friends to be on there,
Stop.
so everyone watches
And
it.
do you know what's weird? Like my 7-year-old's into it. She's well into it.
Isn't it so funny? Because my sister has the same problem with her kids, and she was like, Mally's older, but she's like, it's so inappropriate. But it just goes over their head. They have no concept.
No, they have no concept, so that's why. And also, they play it in the middle of the day.
Yeah. It's fine. Also, they kind of slightly censor it in the day ones as well. It's
exactly.
not the same.
But yeah, so the feeling you get when you're on a bicycle, I love it. I love the feeling when you're cycling.
No one said bikes. Honestly, I'm not taking the mick now.
Yeah.
Actually, that's good.
So ironically, I haven't bought a bicycle
Yeah.
yet, but I've seen one on in Halfords, and it's not that expensive. It's about 150.
Other
quid.
bike stores.
Other bike
exist.
stores are available.
Who cares? I'm not the BBC.
But no,
expert.
and it's a proper like looks vintagey, but it's not. So it'll be lighter and easier to ride. So now I said, so they're all now, the kids are now going, Mummy, you need to get a bike so we can all
That
go
was
bike
wrong
rides."
because you said it before you'd bought it. Because now they're going to bug you to buy it.
I know. So that, but I don't mind because
But you got
I
a new
love
job now,
cycling.
so who cares?
I got a new job.
Whoop.
Whoop. Paycheck coming through.
Yep.
Hey, baby.
You've already spent it. I already know.
Yes. 100%.
That's a lovely one.
Yeah,
I think it's really
bicycles.
nice.
Yeah.
I think that's good. The best thing about something... I was going to say something.
Something random in your life.
Do
Do you want me to step in?
Yeah,
right
go
now?
on, go on.
So the best thing, Natalie, that's random in your life.
Why are you talking as a third person?
Because I'm being you. I'm trying to be you.
I'll bring it back. Okay. So the best thing about something random for Natalie is bicycles. I'm not going to say bike because you didn't say bike. You just said bicycles.
No,
to be posher.
Yes, bicycle.
I felt that.
Thanks.
Enjoy your gin. You've got a lovely question as well. You've got a quick break here, but we've got a question for you, Nats.
Oh, God.
What is the best thing about you? Oh, we're going to find out after this.
Okay.
You.
Me.
All about you, Nats. What is the best thing when it comes to you?
I love the fact you call me Nats.
Do you?
Yeah, do you know why? Because there's only a few people in my life that called me that, and it was my dad. And my brother calls me Nats.
Paul and Danny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because you're my family.
Family, innit?
Anyway, sorry.
That's right.
I digress. Best thing, I would say, I care.
You are. You're very caring. Sorry, that was a long pause. I was like, you're like, Dan, come in. Hello? Yep.
No, the people that are in my life, I care immensely for.
I'm going to put a Beyonce track behind that because she's got a song called I Care. I'm just going to
Has
have like
she?
a little bit behind.
Has she really?
I'll get cancelled for that, but it's
Okay.
fine.
No, I do, and it's the funny little things that I care about, and probably most people are the same. I don't think I'm unique in it, but like for instance, I was in the car with Mum and the kids a few weeks back, and we were on our way to a park, and we were like, I was at this really awkward junction, and I came through the traffic lights, and it's like there's all double yellow lines everywhere. But I'd noticed this lady literally as I've turned around the corner, she'd just fallen over on a step and gone fat fleck. She'd whacked her face flat on the ground. You are not supposed to laugh at this
I
moment.
know, but I know that she was okay.
Okay, that's fine.
If it's because if she wasn't, you wouldn't be telling the story.
No, okay, that's fine.
Let's keep it so sorry, carry on.
But she'd fallen over, right? God, you're really showing you're whatever.
Immature? This old lady fell over.
Should I take over the podcast now? People want to listen to me.
They do want to listen to you, so it's fine.
No, she fell over. And I was like, and she was on her own, and then she looked really shaken up, and she was bleeding. Make you feel bad now. She was bleeding from her nose.
Now I don't care. Like if she was bleeding from her ear or her arm.
Okay, whatever. So she looked very shaken
right,
up.
yeah.
She looked shaken up,
Yeah.
but I pulled the car over. So my thing is,
Did you run her over?
for God's sake,
Oh, sorry. We've got music playing in the background. It all kicks in, doesn't it? That's supposed to be us finishing. That's
it really?
Yeah, you're like, okay, we're
so
finished
I'm
now.
trying to tell a sincere
Yeah, go on.
story,
Yeah,
and
so the
that's
lady
just
that you
all
run
into
over. Carry-
go. You're such a bugger.
No, go on, I'm joking.
My issue is I couldn't drive on.
No.
Right? So I pulled the car over on these double yellow lines in the middle of a junction. My mum's like, what are you doing? I put the hazards on. I said, that lady's just fallen over. She's on her own. And I ran out the car. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. And she was fine. Like she would obviously hurt her nose or whatever, but she was just a bit shaken up.
And no one else helped. So
No
it took
one
you to
else
get out of the
helped.
house, to get out of the car.
Yeah, and like
Wow.
she even said, I said, look, are you okay? I just saw you, I was driving, and she's like, wow, she's like, someone literally walked past me and did nothing. And that really upsets me that people don't care enough with stuff like that. Like,
That's not everyone though, because
no,
there are people like
yeah.
you.
So stuff like that, there's no way because that would be plain on my conscience if I drove past. I would be thinking, oh, I wonder if she was all right, if she needed help. But luckily she was fine. Like, she didn't need anything. I offered her, should I go and get you a cup? Why do you always offer people like a cup of tea?
I don't, because apparently mine's crap.
Yeah, your tea's poo.
Yeah, you stopped drinking it, haven't you?
But yeah, well, I'm on the gin, mate.
Yeah, it's fine.
Jesus. I'm past the tea point now. But yeah, but like...
It'd be fine if it wasn't 10:30 in the morning.
It's not, by the way. People know I'm a mother. Like, what would they think?
The same as every other mother. Have you seen anyone's recycling when it comes to glass in the street?
No, but there has to be like at least when you finish working, then you start hitting the bottle.
Yeah, of course.
The kids are in the house. But sometimes it just takes the edge off.
Yeah, of course.
Just digressing, my friend, I was talking to Nick, and I'd put something on Instagram about me having a strong gin because I was struggling. Like, the kids just kind of just pushed me to the max, and I was really struggling at the end of that day, and I was not the best version of myself. And I just basically put this thing up, and I was drinking a glass of gin, and it just made me feel better. And then Nick was like, I was really concerned when I saw that, because I don't want that to now become your thing.
You're like, too late.
Yeah. Too late, love. Too late.
I'm going to say the best thing when it comes to you, and you said it already, is that you care. And it's very true. And this is when I'm going to kind of now be a bit like gushy. But I've known you since you were like 14, and you are the same person as when I met back then. And you've always been there. And then there's, everyone has ups and downs and changes and moods and all that sort of stuff, and different partners and stuff like that. But you've always constantly been there, and even got newspaper clippings of trying to make us out like they were in relationships in the newspaper, and I had to now try to explain to your ex-husband that he weren't. This is not real. Stop reading the paper. But those sort of things, and just all different life experiences and stuff, and you've been always the constant, and anyone I've ever gone out with, my friends, my family, stuff that you just got on with. I think there's a thing that my friends remember when you were 18 and you got out of a swimming pool and your hair was just like
Every
dun, and all my friends felt like boy, girl, didn't matter, it didn't make a difference. They just all love you, and you just have this wonderful soul. And now you're doing this Nat B chat stuff as well, which is on Instagram, and all the links will be below. But it's great because what you're doing is you're showing so many sides. And it's great that people go, oh, I'm a little bit worried about you. You're like, no, only be worried about me when you don't see it, when I hide it. Yeah. If I tell you and I show it, and it's okay because other people can do this. If you need a stiff drink, if you need to scream into your pillow, if you need to just go, it's great to see that. And I know you're on, just starting this out, but I've already seen the comments that people putting up and stuff. And I put it up on my wall when and you're doing something really, really good. Yeah, well,
it was a personal thing. Like, I've got a day job. This is just something I do for fun. But for me, it's just, I struggle sometimes with seeing so much bullshit on social media.
Yep.
And it's disappointing.
It makes people feel terrible about themselves.
Yeah, and I
know
know so many people that are really intelligent people that still get sucked in by all this bullshit that they see. And I just wanted to put something very real out there that was just honest. And I've got to a point of the age that I am, that I'm very comfortable in my skin. I'm very comfortable with who I am. And I don't want to put a pretense out there. And I just want to share my life experiences. And maybe some people might be able to relate to it. And some people might find comfort in that someone else is going through the same stuff. And, I think life experience has a massive part to play in that. Like, I've been through everything from, like, as you know, bloody divorce, like grief, like losing my dad, like moving house, and so much stuff, being a single parent, blah, 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 blah. And I think when you've been through all that kind of stuff, I feel like I just want to share experiences because I was doing it naturally anyway with friends. And, my friends, I'm very thankful that my friends do come to me to ask my advice, and they obviously find it valuable enough to hear, which I really appreciate. So I thought, why not just do this in a social environment? And then it's quite therapeutic for me too, to put it out there. And hear the support from people, which is awesome. But yeah, just it's a bit of just expressing myself.
And also now you've realised that you have to change your top because you wore the same top in quite a few videos.
I know, right?
I didn't notice until you said.
Due diligence that you have to start paying attention to.
You're like, oh crap, I've worn the same top. Because you can wear different leggings or trousers or jeans, but people only see this.
You just see the top part. Yeah. Yes, I've got to be a bit more like on that kind of stuff.
That's really hard though, because you do stuff in the moment a lot of times.
Of course I do. Like, I tell you now,
would be weird.
And everything, and I was saying this to Mike the other day, like everything I do, I do it. I don't take more than one take. I do it one go.
Yeah.
So I don't
You're good at
redo
talking
it.
to the camera.
Nothing is scripted. Nothing is shot. Like I video myself in the moment, and that's it. So yeah, I don't look at what I look like.
No.
And it's because it's not about that.
No, it's not.
It's about, what you're experiencing that day and certain challenges and things that people might be going through that they can relate to. So yeah, but I do need to pay attention to the outfit situation.
Where can people find you on Instagram? What is your handle?
Nat Bees Chat, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't got my phone with me.
Don't worry about it. I'll put it up. It'll be in the links below.
Nat Bees Chat.
Nat Bees Chat.
Yeah, on Instagram.
I like
So
that.
yeah,
And look where you are now. You know what I mean? You're really settled. The kids are doing really well. You found a fantastic man.
Oh, listen.
And I want to
lovely.
say,
I want
Mike.
to say Mike. Yeah, he's pretty amazing. I am very lucky in that respect.
You are.
I am very lucky.
I'm very lucky to have you in my life.
Aw.
Natalie, we were supposed to do this in season 1. It's taken us till season 3.
I know.
I'd love to
Story
have
of
you
our
back
life.
later on because we're going to be doing a bit of a change up in the next couple
I'm
of
here,
seasons.
I'm
So
there.
Also, I want to give you your own segment in the podcast.
Stop it.
So in season 4, we're going to put out, if you have any inquiries or you need a little bit of help from Natalie, she can give you some advice, and we're going to put it in the podcast so you get to read out what they need help and then give some advice.
That's
So you up for that?
brilliant. Yeah, I'm so up for that.
Yeah.
That'd be
I think
brilliant.
And we're going to do a live bit of it as well. So we might do it remotely, or if you could be in the studio, then we'll do it in the studio too.
Mate, if you've got gin on
Yeah.
tap, I am here.
Totally. It's
Happy
always going to
days.
be in a bar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Natalie, you're a star. I love you to bits. I love you more than crisps. So,
I love you too.
I love crisps so much.
I know you do. I feel that love.
And biscuits that you always have in a jar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Big up,
always feed you.
big up to Mummy Leslie.
No, thanks, Mama. She's a lovely lady, by the way.
Yeah, she stopped listening at the beginning.
I'm very lucky. I've got a lovely mum.
Anyway, let's go and get another gin.
Yes, mate. This has been awesome. Thank you,
it.
darling.
Oh.
You're so good at this.
Oh, stop it.
So good.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to slap you off in the goodbyes.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Love you.
Bye.
This is why I have a podcast, so I can just chat to my friends. It's like my radio show. Anyway, thank you so much to our wonderful guest today, Natalie Bevins. What an absolute babe she is. If you'd like to find out all the stuff about Natalie Bevins, her social medias platforms will be linked below. Nat B's Chat will be coming to season 4 as well. So if you've got any problems, you can write to us at this podcast. I know, and we can help with your problems. Thank you as always to Adam Harris. His answer to Fact Check can be right after this. Thank you to Bethia Beats. Her track of the pod will be played right after Adam Harris's answer. Thank you to the boys at Filmbag, Tom and Revan, as always, making sure we never miss out on those must-see programs. We're like Gogglebox for the ears. I think someone said that before. The music in the background is by Tom Baxter, Jimmy Lundy and myself, and the artwork is done by JMD. We will see you next time for episode 8. So in the meantime, stay safe. Bye-bye.
Fat chicken here. Apparently, there's more than one type of grass. I was finding out for you. How many? There is 6,000 known species of grass. I literally know one, grass. So, yeah, apparently they've all got names and stuff. Anyway, another one of those. I didn't know you were there.
Sometimes I'm here.
I tend to do these things on my own, though, don't I?
Now right here.
Okay. Well, I only know grass. You've thrown me a little bit here.
That's really good.
Okay.
We'll see you again next time.
Yeah, there'll be another fact chicken next week. Cluck, cluck. Bye.
I'm gonna need you to concentrate. No, no. I only wanna know if there's money to make. No, no, no. So you better pay me right, pay me right. If you're gonna take my time, take my time. And I've been concentrating. I'm staying healthy and I'm staying patient. So you better treat me right, treat me right. If you're gonna take what's mine, take what's mine. I see you tryna hop in the ride in the passenger side. Tryna 1, 2, tryna keep up. When the love's so fake and it's low-key, hey, need to build it up to me. And you already know that you can't really blame me. Looking extra HD, why my style can be, but you have to blame me. Out here moving crazy, see my face on JD, tryna get just like me. And I'll write this on my own, write this on my own. No man can move the same as you, there just can't be two. You're the only you. I see you shining, a path we're finding. Energy on protect, trust the timing. And I know where I came from. Hard times changed us, and God still saved us. I stay prayed up, you can't phase us. You can't phase us. I see you tryna hop in the ride in the passenger side of me. Tryna 1, 2, tryna keep up with me. When the love's so fake and it's low-key, hey, need to build it up to me. And you already know that you can't really blame